The snow didn't fall that night, but somehow it felt like Christmas magic had decided to stay a little longer. What began as a quiet holiday gathering slowly transformed into a moment no one there would ever forget. There were no flashing cameras, no red carpets, and no rehearsed smiles. Just a room filled with warmth, soft lights glowing from a Christmas tree in the corner, and a sense that something meaningful was about to happen. Friends chatted easily, laughter drifting through the air. It was the kind of relaxed atmosphere celebrities rarely get to enjoy, where no one had to perform and nothing needed to be perfect. Soo Kai sat quietly, smiling now and then, noticeably calmer than usual. Beside him rested a small, carefully wrapped box. He glanced at it more than once, as if making sure it was really there. Across the room, Tan Songyun looked radiant and carefree, laughing with the people around her. She had no idea that within minutes, her emotions would overflow in a way she hadn't expected, not in front of friends, and certainly not during a simple Christmas exchange. When it was time to give out gifts, the mood remained light and playful. People teased one another, unwrapped surprises, and shared inside jokes. Then Soo Kai stood up. He called her name softly, and the room slowly grew quiet. He didn't make a long speech or draw attention to himself. He simply walked over and placed the box gently into Tan Songyun's hands. He wished her a Merry Christmas, his voice calm and sincere. She smiled, expecting something thoughtful but ordinary. As she opened the box, everything seemed to slow down. Inside was a small, elegant book, simple at first glance. But when she turned the first page, her expression changed. Each page was filled with handwritten notes. Not quotes or poems copied from somewhere else, but memories. Real moments. Observations written carefully, as if each word had been chosen with intention. There were dates and short reflections. Quiet reminders of things she herself had likely forgotten. Notes about long filming days, late rehearsals, moments when she encouraged others even while exhausted. One page spoke about a day she smiled despite being drained, and how that smile had given strength to everyone around her. Another recalled a scene filmed in the rain, where she cried on camera, unaware that someone was watching with deep understanding. Her hands trembled slightly as she turned each page. The room stayed silent. No one wanted to interrupt what was unfolding. Tan Songyun tried to laugh it off, tried to keep the moment light, but her eyes betrayed her. Tears welled up, spilling over as she covered her mouth in disbelief. Her voice shook as she said that no one had ever done something like this for her before. Soo Kai didn't rush to explain. He didn't step in to soften the moment. He simply stood there, letting her feel everything the gift carried. It wasn't meant to impress. It wasn't meant to be seen. It was meant to be felt. She stood up and hugged him tightly. It wasn't dramatic or showy. It was raw and honest, the kind of embrace that comes from being deeply moved. People in the room later said it felt unreal, like watching a powerful drama scene happen in real life. Except this time, there were no cameras and no second takes. What made the gift so powerful was not its value or appearance. There were no luxury brands or grand displays. What Soo Kai gave her was time, thought, and attention. Months of remembering moments that mattered. Words he had never said out loud. Feelings he chose to express quietly. Some notes spoke of her kindness, how she carried it even when it cost her something. Others reminded her that she didn't always have to be strong, that it was okay to rest, that someone had noticed. For someone known for her resilience and warmth, those words reached a place few people ever see. She wasn't being praised for her success or her fame. She was being recognized as a person. The moment might have stayed private if not for a single photo that later surfaced online. It showed Tan Songyun wiping her tears, Soo Kai standing nearby, his expression gentle and steady. That was all it took. Within hours, fans reacted in disbelief. Messages flooded social media, filled with emotion and admiration. People wrote that they were moved to tears themselves. Others said it felt more sincere than any scene written for television. Many pointed out that this kind of care could never be acted. Fans discussed every detail, not out of obsession, but because the moment felt rare. In an industry built on spectacle, this was quiet and genuine. One fan wrote that this wasn't romance meant for attention, but respect and understanding, and that was why it felt so powerful. Soo Kai and Tan Songyun had always shared strong chemistry on screen, but this moment gave their bond new meaning. Whether romantic or platonic no longer mattered. What people saw was trust, empathy, and a deep sense of care. Those close to them later shared that Soo Kai's intention had never been to surprise anyone. He simply wanted Tan Songyun to know she was seen and appreciated in ways that don't fade with time. He wanted her to feel valued not for what she does, but for who she is. Perhaps that is why the moment touched so many hearts. In a world full of noise, this was quiet. In a space filled with expectations, this was sincere. There were no stage lights, no applause, no script. Just two people sharing something deeply human. Later, when Tan Songyun hinted at the moment during an interview, her voice softened. She said that Christmas had reminded her that being understood was the greatest gift of all. She didn't mention names. She didn't need to. Long after new stories replace old ones, this moment will remain. Not because it was dramatic, but because it was real. A handwritten book. A room holding its breath. Tears no one planned. Soo Kai didn't just give a Christmas present. He gave recognition, memory, and presence. And in doing so, he reminded everyone that the most unforgettable scenes are not created by scripts, but by the heart. And fans, even now, are still speechless. After the initial wave of emotion settled, the room did not immediately return to laughter or conversation. Instead, there was a strange, beautiful stillness, as if everyone understood they had just witnessed something rare. Tan Songyun remained seated, the small book resting in her hands like something fragile and precious. She wiped her tears carefully, then looked back down, drawn once again to the pages she had not yet finished reading. She turned another page. Inside, tucked neatly between the handwritten notes, was something unexpected. A pressed sprig of dried winter jasmine, pale yellow and delicate. Beneath it, Soo Kai had written a single line, explaining that it came from the set of their very first project together. He remembered how she had paused during a break in filming to admire the flowers growing stubbornly through the cold, saying they reminded her that warmth could exist even in harsh seasons. Tan Songyun let out a soft, breathless laugh, followed by another tear. She had forgotten that moment completely. Yet here it was, preserved, remembered, cherished. As she continued turning the pages, the surprises deepened. Some pages held old photographs, carefully printed and trimmed by hand. Not publicity stills or polished portraits, but candid moments taken when no one was posing. Her sitting cross-legged on the floor, memorizing lines. Her asleep in a chair between scenes, jacket draped over her shoulders. Her laughing so hard, she had to look away from the camera. Each image was accompanied by a quiet note. Simple sentences that carried enormous weight. Words about admiration, gratitude, and understanding. He wrote about how she made difficult days lighter without realizing it. How her professionalism never erased her kindness. How her presence made even long, exhausting nights feel bearable. The room felt smaller somehow, drawn inward by the gravity of the moment. No one checked their phones. No one whispered. It was as though time had slowed to allow Tan Songyun the space to feel everything fully. Then she reached the final section of the book. Here, the handwriting changed slightly, more deliberate, as if Soo Kai had taken extra care. These pages were not memories of the past, but wishes. Short messages meant for moments yet to come. Words telling her to take care of herself. Reminders that she didn't need to carry everything alone. Notes encouraging her to choose rest when the world demanded more. One page simply read that no matter how bright the lights became or how loud the applause grew, he hoped she would always remember the quiet value of being herself. At that point, Tan Songyun could no longer hold back her tears. She closed the book gently, pressing it to her chest as if afraid the feelings might spill out if she didn't. Her shoulders shook, and she nodded again and again, trying to find words that would never quite be enough. Kai finally spoke, his voice low and steady. He said he wanted her to have something that would stay when everything else faded. Something she could return to on nights when she felt tired or uncertain. He said he hoped it would remind her that someone had seen her journey closely and with care. The sincerity in his voice left no room for misunderstanding. This was not a grand confession or a performance meant to impress. It was a quiet offering, given without expectation. Tan Songyun stood up once more and bowed her head slightly in front of him, a gesture of respect and gratitude that moved everyone in the room. When she looked up, her eyes were red, but her smile was gentle and genuine. She thanked him, her voice soft, saying that this was the most meaningful gift she had ever received. As the night continued, conversations slowly resumed, but the atmosphere had changed. Laughter returned, yet it was softer now, layered with reflection. People spoke in lower voices, as if instinctively protecting the intimacy of what had just happened. Later that evening, Tan Songyun was seen sitting alone near the Christmas tree, flipping through the book once more. The colored lights reflected faintly in her eyes as she reread certain lines, pausing on others. Kai watched from a distance, not intruding, giving her the space to absorb the moment fully. That image alone would later become unforgettable to those who witnessed it. Not because it was dramatic, but because it was deeply human. A person revisiting proof that they mattered, that their efforts had been noticed, that their quiet strength had not gone unseen. When word of the gift spread, fans were captivated not just by the gesture, but by its depth. They spoke about how rare it was to see such thoughtfulness in an industry often driven by speed and surface-level impressions. Many said the gift felt like a story written not for the public, but for one heart alone. The surprise was not just the book itself, but the patience behind it, the listening, the remembering, the decision to honor someone in a way that required time rather than money. In the days that followed, fans continued to talk about the moment, replaying it in their minds as if it were a favorite scene from a beloved drama. Some said it felt more powerful than any scripted romance. Others said it reminded them of the importance of noticing the people around them more closely. And perhaps that was the true magic of the gift. It didn't end when the night was over. It lingered. It traveled beyond that room, beyond those walls, reaching countless people who would never be there, but somehow felt it anyway. The Christmas tree was eventually taken down. The lights were packed away. The season moved on. But the gift remained, not just in Tan Songyun's hands, but in the quiet understanding it represented. Because some surprises do more than astonish. They stay.